Let's have Cody's AI neural net that we fed all the rewatch podcasts into. Take it away, robot. You can do the
Hello,
whole
thanks
podcast.
for listening to podcast.
Well, no, it'll sound like you.
Oh, right. It'll sound like
It does sound like you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Star Wars Total Rewatch podcast.
Yob.
This one gets a nub.
This episode is from September 27th, 1986.
Right?
Right, so this is the first actual full episode of season 2.
The Raich.
The Raich.
The Larch.
The Raich says,
Though he does talk in some weird, basic...
sleep now, eat later.
Too skinny.
Eat.
Wow.
He's a talking tree.
Wow, a talking tree. So,
Talking tree.
one tree...
Right.
Welcome back to the
Welcome
actual
back to Star
intro.
Wars Total Rewatch podcast.
I'm Daniel.
Oh, I'm Aaron.
I'm Cody.
Back at it again.
We don't really say live from anymore, huh? Because we're just
Well, we're-
all
we've
stuck
We've been on Endor
Endor.
forever.
Yeah,
We're
man.
stranded here, everyone.
We're waiting for one of those power cells to
Yeah, we're like
replenish our
Noah.
ship. Yeah.
Old and crotchety, that's us.
Yeah, you kids get off my lawn. I was gonna say something. I don't know. I feel like we can't be too old and crotchety if we have a podcast.
True.
What would old people podcast about? I don't know. There you go. So you can write in and tell us your ideas. We have a Twitter now, and we have a YouTube, and we have those so far. So check it out. The Raich. I was gonna say you guys should look up Monty Python, how to identify different types of trees.
Number 1, the larch. And now, number 3, the larch.
The Rage.
The Larch.
Yeah, so what did you guys think of this episode?
It was better a little bit. It was nice to see what they can do with these people in a full-length episode.
Yep,
Yeah, that should always happen. I should always do that.
I agree. It
Those
was
short episodes.
It was definitely not as good as season 1, if that can even, whatever. But
Every new thing we're finding is making us see the previous thing in a much better light.
We should just watch the holiday special before every episode. And then we won't complain about it.
We'll give them all 5
Anything.
stars.
But yeah, they actually have a fully cohesive story that moves along and has a decent plot.
Well, a lot of these short ones they did, they just felt so rushed. I think any of those could have been stretched out to 22 minutes without it feeling too stretched out. But this worked.
Obviously, character complaints aside,
Oh, yeah.
Tebow's still dumb, Latara's still a jerk.
You just kind of have to go with it. That's just what we've got now.
Well, I was saying, I think they definitely changed the characters, and it feels like any development they made in the first season is like totally wiped away, and now we've got these new characters that are clumsy and are jerks and are whatever. So I'm hoping like maybe there'll be a new arc over the course of this season. We'll have to see.
They'll develop all over again.
Right. Because some cartoons, it's just like, nope, that's the character. Every episode is a new story, no relation to the previous ones,
Yeah.
you know, and they just stay the same throughout. But like this one, it's like, I hope there's some development because Latara, you are driving me crazy. I don't know if I can handle a full season of that character.
I mean, it's kind of a trope of storytelling, right? This character who's just all about herself and doesn't...
Well, yeah, it is, but it's very frustrating, and I'm hoping that we'll see some development that will make all this suffering worth.
You're hoping for her to grow as a person. Yeah.
Yeah, come on,
We'll see, I guess. We'll see what happens.
get over yourself.
Yeah, we do get a few of the first season characters back here. You get a lot more of Low Gray.
Yeah.
And you get to see his brother Willie for more than a frame. So that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they're still around.
Right, they exist, and their voice actors didn't just fall off a cliff or something.
Yeah.
Which would be a good excuse to not have them on the show. Just saying, Cody. I mean,
That's why they changed all the voices, because the whole team of first season voice actors fell off a cliff.
it was a bus full of voice actors going to the Star Wars convention.
Oh, sad.
Drove off a
That's-
cliff.
Sad.
That's a little dark.
This is in honor of all the Lost Voice talent. Anyway,
Right, what happens in this episode?
All right, who wants to give a good rundown?
I gotcha.
All right.
So, the Raich
The
is
Raich.
a monster who he was, the Wikipedia says, imprisoned as a tree. Which is a strange thing to say. Apparently by a magic cap, some kind of hat. And Wicket doesn't know this, so he takes the hat off the tree and it turns back into this Raich monster and terrorizes the village, and it like hypnotizes the animals so that it can eat them. So they need to. It tears up the cap as soon as Wicket takes it off its head too. So they need to get another cap, which apparently can only be made by something called a Gonster.
Two-headed Gonster.
Two-headed
Yeah.
Gonster. So they fly their gliders to where the Gonster lives, and he makes them a new hat, and they put it back on the Raich.
Yep.
It's a tree once again. And the village is none the wiser.
Yeah,
Wicket was almost in big trouble.
very big trouble.
Yeah, they said whoever took that cap off the Raich is a disgrace to the village.
He's gonna be ostracized.
Wicket's over here. Yeah, seriously? How is he supposed to know?
Well,
Come on.
exactly. The adult characters are constantly doing this. Oh yeah, we never told you this thing was super dangerous, but you should just know, you guys.
Right. You've got to teach the next generation, you know?
Ewoks, the next generation.
Yeah.
The magic cap feels like something out of, like, the fairy tales. Just feels like something from the old Grimm's fairy tales.
I mean, they had like the crystal cloak
Yeah.
before.
Maybe just
Magic
the
items.
term magic cap sounds like something a leprechaun would give you, or like Rumpelstiltskin. I don't know.
Right.
He's not a leprechaun. Never mind. Whatever he was. Feels like that kind of a thing.
He wasn't?
Wasn't he? I don't know. I'm confused.
I don't know.
Little troll. Oh, and they're all trying to get ready for this festival. What did they call it? It wasn't the Harvest Festival. They already did that one. A different
Shadow Festival.
Shadow Festival.
Yeah, the Shadow Night Festival.
Costume party, basically.
Yeah.
It's Halloween. This is a special Halloween episode.
They all wanted to get their costumes, though, so that's why Wicket wants this cap. He sees it up on top of a tree.
Well, so the article says it was a costumed event in which new Ewok couples danced and got to know one another.
Oh.
So it's kind of
Valentine's Day.
a young Ewok socializing event, apparently.
Having a little ice cream social.
That is the subplot of this one is
Oh yeah.
who is Latara going to go with to the Shadow Night Festival? Tebow keeps asking, and she's like, well, I kind of wanted to go with this other cool Ewok.
Because he's so furry.
He's so furry.
Yeah.
Yeah, first season, their roles are totally reversed. She was all about him, right?
Yeah.
This is like, he's all about her, and she won't give him the time of day.
I think I said before, too, like, it feels like this is their teenage years or something, you know? Personalities change, and they don't understand their emotions, their feelings, you
That's
know?
what this is. That's why they're all so clumsy all of a sudden. They're going through their adolescence. All right, that's what I'm going to just pretend that's the reason for all these ridiculous things.
That's one way of
And
justifying it.
Latara clearly likes Tebow, but she just doesn't know how to admit
Oh,
it.
maybe. I mean,
Well,
she
I don't know about
says no
clearly.
to him like 5 times in this
Should we
thing.
listen? This is a quote we're gonna have to put in.
No offense, Tebow, but I can't go with a Lurdo.
No offense, Tebow, but I can't go with the Lurdo.
That's right.
None taken.
Ow!
So brutal.
None taken.
Very much offense intended, I think.
Very much offended. Man, Latara, like, turn him down nicely.
But they do end up dancing together at the end.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's obvious they're going to end up.
Yeah, only because nobody else asked her.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing is she's just playing herself, you know?
Sure.
Oh, and one of the guys couldn't go with her because apparently he asked Asha.
Yeah, I thought that was a cool little
Oh,
nod.
So we didn't see her, but we get a little mention. She exists.
Yeah, apparently she's in a couple episodes in this season, but not yet.
We'll see. Has she adjusted to ordinary life again? Readjusted back into society?
You never
She
know.
still run around with the wolves once in a while.
Right.
One change that I thought was interesting, kind of cool, was Logre's new magic hand thing to grab stuff out of his hut with. Did you see that?
Yeah, so they're saying all the animals are acting strange and like walking off into the woods. So what could be causing that? It reminds me of the Raich. And so he summons a scroll with like the magic hand.
It's this beam of light goes
Yeah.
all through the village into his hut and takes a scroll back to him.
Why? Because he's too lazy to go get the scroll from his hut.
Right.
Like, this is a very good use of magic.
This is like the opposite of what he was preaching in that last episode.
Yeah.
A good magician lies on himself first and magic second.
This is like, you know what? Sometimes.
At this point, I'll just...
Look, I'm an old man, okay? Give me a break. But I like this. He takes the scroll and he's like, let's see, Raich, where is it? You know, got to look down my list of incredibly
find the Rs.
dangerous magical creatures.
I wondered if he came up with this retrieval method because of all his super dangerous stuff.
He doesn't want to go in
Like,
there.
they're always getting in trouble because he's like, well, I got the antidote for that in my hut, but we can't
Right.
get to it because, like, this monster is blocking the way.
Oh, I thought you meant he just doesn't want to enter his hut anymore because it's a death trap.
That's probably...
That's probably it.
Yeah.
He just sends Tebow in to clean things. And can you get that potion for me?
So we see this Logre's scroll, like hieroglyphics of
Hieroglyphics.
the Raich, this monster, just terrorizing. He like mind controls all the animals by doing some magic steam out of his head. He's got like a little steam spout on the top of his head.
Pipe on the top of his head that spews out some kind of gas. Gross, huh?
The flashback was kind of fun. It's all in the form of, like, moving hieroglyphics.
Yeah,
Basically just a sketch pad. Every time they're showing these little backstories in different episodes, it's always done in a different style. One time we had like those weird silhouette things, and this is sketch paper.
They had fun with it. Did they say who actually put the cap on initially? No, they don't say who did it.
Well, we don't know how long ago this was.
Yeah. Wondering if there's like
Before you were born.
these
Many,
legendary
many movies.
Ewoks or something, you know?
So naturally, besides like telling the tribe what happened and working together with everyone to fix it, our band of fellow explorers, the little Ewok guys, are like, let's just go solve it.
Well, yeah, he can't admit to taking the cap off, or he'll seriously be like
Kicked out of the tribe.
ostracized or something.
I know.
And
It's rough.
nobody else even finds out about it in this episode. They go and take care of the
No.
whole thing on their own off in some other part of the forest, and they come back, and Logre and the chief are saying, well, that was weird. I wonder why the animals all went back to normal. Guess we'll never know.
Wicket wanted a badge for his warrior or belt of honor, but probably best he doesn't. He wanted recognition for doing it at the end. I think he'd better not.
Yeah, he almost spilled the beans, but
He did.
Nisus was like, no.
No way to do that without admitting that he also caused the problem.
Right. Skipped ahead. There's just a couple things.
Okay.
The beginning Wicket is with Latara for some reason. Not sure what they were doing.
They were looking for
Out in the woods together.
sparkle
Yeah.
stars, or whatever it was.
They're meeting up secretly in the woods together? Is this Wicket? And they're getting chased by a creature.
There were so many names
Zamba.
of creatures in this cartoon. I couldn't catch them all.
We'll get to that. I'm starting to compile my mega list because I want to do a recap of everything.
There are a lot.
So yeah,
And we keep getting
uh,
more in every episode.
this
That'll be good.
creature that's chasing them, she called it like a zomba,
Mm-hmm.
but
Zumba?
it's just Tebow in a costume for he's dressing up for the festival.
Right.
So why would they know what he even is? Is there actually something
Yeah, he's disguised
supposed
as
to
a
look like?
creature.
It is a
It must
Zumba.
be a real species.
It's just him in the costume. Okay, there must be something that looks like this, but not that we ever see.
For all we know, that is a Zumba that Tebow killed and skinned, and then is.
That's what you said. Nice.
Zumba. Maybe the whole species is a bunch of T-bows in costumes.
Oh, the other thing was, well, Baga, the donkey, gets hypnotized by the Raich here, and Princess Nisa falls into like a plant. What is that?
Some creepy carnivorous plant that would.
Don't know.
She just gets stuck in it somehow, but she gets out using her lasso thing
Yeah.
from Crystal Cloak episode, which I thought fell into the lava.
It did. You're correct about that.
Well,
Yeah.
You know how.
Maybe these were aired out of order, like the Clone Wars. You have to look for little clues like that to find the correct viewing order.
Does Wicket still have his silver feather though?
Yeah.
Because didn't he get the silver feather at the beginning of the Crystal Cloak?
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't make sense. Okay.
But yeah, Wicket sees the cap in the tree and wants it for his Halloween costume. Oh yeah, and then who's the brother here?
Weechi?
Wichi. Yeah, we see him carrying a cage of chickens that are super packed together. I was thinking for a second here, I was like, oh, maybe the Raich is like a protector of the forest animals or something, you know? And he doesn't like seeing them imprisoned and used for labor.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea.
Come to me, we'll free you from the Ewoks. But apparently he just eats everything. So yeah, not really good intentions there. Anyway, yeah, so then they're flying. They're gliders to find the Gonster.
Got a monster? Call the Gonster. That's their catchphrase.
One of our catchphrases.
One of them. I forgot the other one.
Right.
There are two heads on this two-headed Gonster. They keep arguing with each other. He runs a business for taking care of monster problems.
Pretty much.
Apparently, yeah.
It's not like the Ewoks paid him for anything. Not at least not that we saw.
Good question.
Maybe he gave him some berries or something.
When they show up, he's like, "Oh, another customer."
First they get attacked by this flying cloud thing, which it's called a Husha.
It's kind of fun.
I think it's a cool creature.
Yeah.
It floats around like a cloud or something, but it's got like these stinging antenna. It's like a stingray
Yeah,
kind
like
of
a
thing.
flying stingray cloud.
Yep, good description.
It attacks them and makes them
It
crash.
shoots balls of electricity out.
Yeah, it zaps them.
When they're riding on it, looks like the thing from the Neverending Story.
Right.
Sure.
It even kind of has those whiskers.
But apparently, that's like the Gonster prides itself in being able to tame any animal. So I kind of feel like they are willing to make another cap just like to preserve their honor or something.
His reputation.
Yeah, he's got a reputation to uphold.
Exactly.
But these guys are interesting. I was trying to figure out, they actually they don't mention them at all on the main Endor page. The page lists native creatures and then, creatures that are shipwrecked.
Sure.
But the Gonster's not listed, but he feels like something that was shipwrecked here. Not native.
And he's talking about there's so many things on this planet. He just randomly is mentioning, other people he's helped out, and one of them was the Dragon Riders of Pulat, I think.
What?
Yeah, it was kind of cool. It just kind of felt like, oh wow, there's more things going on. That's right. It's a whole planet out there.
Dragon Riders of Pulak. An organization apparently known for using dragons as mounts. They had once come into contact with Gonster.
Yeah.
Dragon Riders had apparently appealed to the Gonster to help rid them of a terrifying beast known as the Husha. Well,
He was explaining where he got it from, and his two heads couldn't agree on which group of people had given it to them. either the Dragon Riders or the Dulocs.
I mean, I wasn't sure if what they're mentioning is stuff that happened on Endor or somewhere totally different.
Oh.
Like maybe he's been around the
It
galaxy.
could be.
So he gives Wicket a sleep potion to put the Raich to sleep so that they can continue to make the cap, because I guess it's going to take a little while.
Yeah, and I think then they can put the cap on while it's asleep. Is probably the idea, but that does not go
Would
as
be
planned.
easier.
Wicked is gonna put the sleeping potion in this bowl of water that the Raich is drinking from, but he tips it over, and they all get caught. Him and Nisa and Baga.
Like, how hard is that? Just drop that thing in the bowl of water. You don't have to climb up into it to do that.
Right?
Yeah, Wicked ended up just swinging on a vine on top of it, putting the hat on. Man, I feel like the Raich should be a little better than this. Come on.
I don't think it's very smart.
Right. They do also get trapped in a tree, a couple of them, by a cat creature.
By a Zakul.
Yeah, it's called a Zakul.
Mhm.
So when I was researching, making my list of creatures, it is in Rampage of the Flogs.
Oh, I think I vaguely remember.
I don't, but okay.
The baby Flog finds it in a bush and picks it up.
Maybe I just blocked
Good-
that whole
good
episode
kitty.
out of my memory.
Ugh.
So you get to the dance, and you get some dancing munyips on a
Yeah.
branch before we zoom in
Oh,
on the
man.
Ewoks. That was fun.
Little tutors. Yeah, they had their dance at the end, and Latara's wearing some sort of, I don't know,
Looks like an angel in a nativity
Angel.
play or
yeah,
something.
fairy angel costume. She's all alone because nobody asked
It's
her.
like, I guess we can dance, Tebow, but it's not like it's a date or anything.
Yeah, and can you put your mask on again so nobody will know I'm dancing with you? Thank you very much.
I don't want to see your ugly face.
Wow.
Rough.
No, but he doesn't care. He's just happy to dance with her.
They'll work things out. I'm confident.
There you go. The Raich.
Duh. Right.
Latara's dressed, or Nisa is dressed up as some kind of plant. I don't know.
Yeah, hard to tell what most of them are supposed to be. But, oh well.
Ewok Halloween.
Yeah. So, well, everybody gonna give it something besides a nub?
Sure, I'll give it half. It was
Yeah.
better. Based on
It
season
was
2,
better.
it was better than the other ones.
Yeah, I think it could. It's definitely better than some of season 1 episodes.
That's true. It's
So-
better than the Flogs one that you were talking about.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I can give it half a yub as well.
I'll give it a half as well. I'll get it
Alright.
1.5.
Not too shabby, the Raich. Well, the next one we're gonna do is another. I was gonna say two-parter, but it's like half and half. The Totem Master and A Gift for Shodu.
And it looks like the gift for Shodu actually has the Dulocs in it again.
Oh, they still exist too. Good to know. Last we saw of them was falling in the river at the end of Asha. Thought maybe they just floated away, never to be seen again.
We'll soon be done with Ewoks forever.
Forever.
No, because they were in a episode of Resistance, or not Resistance. What was that one called?
Those really short things they did. Forces of Destiny.
Ah, that's it.
I'm not like sick of Ewoks, but I'm sick of this cartoon.
Yeah.
Like the Ewoks themselves, it's fine. They're just another creature in Star Wars.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind another ABC live action show or something. Movie.
Yeah. Live action was so good.
In retrospect, yes, it was.
Right.
Right. Well, join us next time for another exciting podcast.
Yeah, and hit us up on Twitter.
Yeah.
See you guys later.
Goodbye.
Boy.
Well, we got under 40 minutes for this one.
Still too much.